Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. Tonight, we're going to talk about how you can start working your way up that ladder to getting some Power 9 or some high-end cards. Stay tuned, it's coming up next. This too could be yours. It really can. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. Hope you guys had a great day. A lot of action happened yesterday in the videos and new people subscribing and stuff got kind of crazy. Hopefully I didn't miss responding to anyone. I apologize. I will keep updated on it and I will keep looking for names in case I missed. Some get held for review and in weird places. I don't know why, but I will catch everyone I can as soon as I can. Trust me, I'm always on it. Now, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit subscribe because we love to have new people. It's not too late to join the giveaways. It's going to be a lot of fun. So take the opportunity. It's all free. You just got to smash the subscribe button. Bring some friends over. Get them to smash that subscribe button. And before you know it, we'll totally be there. Now, tonight's video is going to be a little bit longer, okay? I would love to keep this to 10 minutes, but I doubt it's even going to get close to sticking to 10 minutes. When you're talking about getting Power of 9, getting up the ladder to get bigger cards, for people like me, we had an unfair advantage. We got in from the ground floor. I have a set of Power 9. I have extras of cards because I started with them. I bought them as a kid and just didn't really get rid of most of them. And the ones I did, I've replaced over the years. And at the time, it seemed like a high price, but, you know, I did okay. Now, I'm not going to show off any Power 9 deck or anything, right? But I'm going to get to the point of this. When you want to work your way up, it is never going to be easy unless you have lots of capital and money to work with. And for the average player out there, come on, let's be honest, guys. We don't have tens of thousands of dollars to buy this stuff, but that doesn't mean you can't attain it. Through hard work, perseverance, patience. Oh my goodness, guys, patience. I've told you this before. Patience is key, man. You can do it. I believe in you. I'm going to tell you how I've done it because even I don't have that much to work with, okay? People say I'm insane for these giveaways, but remember, a lot of these cards I own already. I built up a massive collection of stuff over the years because I do tend to hold on to things. I don't trade. I don't sell. I don't usually get rid of too much. The stuff I sell, I put up on my eBay. And I sell it slowly over time to kind of dole out like an allowance of income to myself to reinvest back into Magic. Now in the last few months, of course, it's been kind of crazy. And I've kind of been enjoying the giveaways. And I assume at some point it'll level itself out. Right? I assume. But I'm going to tell you how I got there. So that way you can try to get there too, at least partly. So I guess we'll start with an example. This was my Commander Legends booster box. This is a $400 investment, right? Like I paid I paid $289. I bought the pre-release when they first announced it, and I have a Jeweled Lotus in here, a couple $100, right, for the foil one. And there's lots of okay misnomer cards, low end, you know, stuff that I've built up in here. So if you look there and you say, I'm just gonna grab a stack here. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna drop everything. They got mixed up, kind of. So let's say you look at Thrasos, Triton Hero. Let's say it was a $40 card. Right now it's a $25 card. Well, that's what we call a $25 bill. And then the Vial Smasher's $5. Well, that's $5. And then that's $5. And it's $10. And it's $5. And it's $3. It's $2. It's $1. $1. And you save these things. You actually do not sell them. Okay? Now, if you're going to sell for cash, that's fine. You sell to another player. It's fine. But you do not get to spend the money. That's the hard part. It goes in like a piggy bank, a reserve fund of how, sorry, I'm just trying to sort these cards out and neat them out, how you're going to save for what you really want to get. So let's say our goal today is to get, I don't know, let's just say, for example, we are after a plateau. Okay, so we go on eBay and we find the cheapest plateau. Because right now we're just trying to get our first card that is like one of the original power type cards to build and psych up our decks. Well, plateaus can be a couple $100. But I just named off a bunch of 10s, 20s, and $5 cards right there. I have a sneeze coming. I can feel it. No? Did I save it? Hey, looks like I saved it. Okay, so we have this. I know, right? No editing here, man. Professional place. I'm glad you all came out to see me almost sneeze. I do sometimes sneeze. There's videos with me. All right. So you're going to buy that plateau. Well, I named off some $5, $10, $15, $20 cards, right? So you can trade those in for trade value. You could sell them to some friends, but if you get the cash, you can't spend it. And you build that money up. So you build. And all those packs you cracked that could have $1 or $2 cards, that will end up being the initial deposit for something bigger. Now, Wizards is going to reprint everything. So you have to take advantage when cards can be fetched for higher prices. Usually 2 to 3 years out before the next massive reprint is kind of due as the market grows. So, and as the market absorbs, because most of us, we want more than one playset for different decks and that kind of stuff. So let's just say you trade a whole bunch of these cards in, you got okay value at $180. Then you just got pitching $20 your own money and you got your plateau. A beat up plateau, but you've got one. You have a reserve list card that is never coming back. That's your first one. And you put it in your commander deck, and you are proud because you slowly, over the course of months, built up to that first card. It will not be easy because you're tempted to sell these things to get the next set or the next new thing. But those will fall in price. They rotate out of standard. They go down. Reserve list is never coming back as far as we know. So you got to just play on that and say, hey, I want to build up to that. So now, oh my God, you have a $200 card. Now let's say you get lucky and you crack some wicked invocation card that's worth $150. Invocations probably aren't being reprinted anytime soon, so it has value. But we know from future and past tense that it could be reprinted, and chances are reserve list cards aren't coming back, at least not in their current form. So we can go out and we could sell that and probably get our next plateau. Or maybe we go for a scrubland this time and kind of mix it up a little bit. So now you have two of them for like $200. You're like, dude, I got 200, that's $400. Well, guess what? That 400 now moves you up to a Tundra. You see where I'm going with this? It is a slow trade and move cycle with cards you're already enjoying or getting your hands on somehow and working your way up the tier. I like to use this as my example. I'm going to show you guys. So this one here, oh, that's a horrible glare. There, that should be pretty good on the screen. It is good on my screen. There is one of my extra Mox Ambers. Mox Amber. Mox Emerald. Mox Amber's over there. It is not minty. It has some creasing at the top here, you can see. And anyway, I paid $700 for this card. But I'm going to tell you something. I bought this at 401 Games in Toronto, Canada. And I bought it off of their shelf there. And I paid for it in Canadian toonies. Because I save all my toonies when I had them. And I just saved and saved and saved. I saw this and I said, I wonder how many toonies I have. I went home, I counted out the toonies and loonies. Boom! It was enough money. 4 years of saving toonies and loonies. And when the right card came along, I spent it to buy it. Now, Sarah Sanctum I just got. I did not have this in my collection. I've been putting $12 aside for almost 2 years, which is ridiculous, but that's how I do things. And I managed to save up and get myself. I paid full for this on eBay, but they had the 5% E-Bucks, so I know I have some E-Bucks of like $8, $9, which of course I'll probably use toward a Mox Amber. See, Mox Amber was in there. It doesn't happen all at once, but you slowly build, you get the deals where they are. Yesterday we talked about knowing when to buy and sell certain cards, knowing when to hold on to sealed product. I gave you guys some good pointers on some cheap sets right now, like Theros Beyond Death. Will it be worth more in 7 years? I still say it will. Okay, how much is the question? You buy it now, hold for 7 years. I know it's a long time to wait for older, more expensive cards, but as you're working up to those first play sets, you have to work your way up to it. You can buy a whole bunch of lower-end dual lands over time. That can work you up to your first beat-up Mox. You just have to have enough of them. Stores want to get that stuff because it's easier to sell than the Mox is. A Mox nowadays is what, $3,000, $4,000 for the cheap ones that are kind of beat up? Whereas you can still get dual lands for $200, $300 if they're in okay shape. So you got to kind of trade that off. So if you're looking to buy cards, you work your way up. And you don't do it like, if you trade into a store, let's just say I trade in my foil Croxa, and they face-to-face, they give me a 35% trade-in. So I have $135 in store credit. They're going to sell it for what? $150, $160. Because they know they need it and they want to sell it, and they know there's people looking for that card. So they're offering me more trade knowing I'm going to buy something there. So if I'm buying their stock, the stuff they already have, especially if I'm put on the spot to buy it right away, chances are I'm going to have to put my own money in to get a dual land. It's another 100 and something bucks minimum plus taxes, unless they have one of their tax off days. It may not be the best deal for me. So maybe you want to sit out and store credit. Then you're definitely paying tax later. So you have to look at those things and decide what you're after. There are times I have thought about taking a new, going to my binder here and going, I've got, let's just go here. I've got a Mox Opal and a Chrome Mox, Thoughtseize, and they're going to get me like $200. Well, maybe I go for a dual land. Except for that's a really cool Thoughtseize. That's a really cool Chrome Mox, and I love Mox Opal because it's a Mox. So I probably wouldn't do it, but that's what people do. And there's nothing wrong with it, that you're working your way up to older cards, which when you're just buying them singly with your own money, it seems very insurmountable to try to afford a card of that price. Especially when you know you need 10 of them. Guys, I get it. But if you're a guy or girl, or if you're someone who just buys packs off and on, buys a case, buys a booster box every month, that's still $140, $150, $160, $170 a month, right? Very cheap in terms of weekend entertainment. If you draft a box once a month, because it's like $50 in a movie theater, we all know that. So that's $200 a month. It's not a bad trade-off, and you get to keep the cards. So when you draft out, sorry about that. When you draft out that, I understand that it can be pretty hectic to go through all that, but it is possible to work your way up to those kind of things, and you shouldn't lose hope or give up because it's hard. Of course, it's gonna be hard. I just told you, saving this stuff up can take a very long time, and having the patience to do it can just seem like you're gonna take yourself out. Okay, but I gotta have more examples here. This is newer stuff. Hold on. Well, we talked about these, about the. Oh, I have cards to open too. I have things upstairs to open still. I guess I'll put them in the next video. These ones here, right? I got those really cheap, guys. Now, I'm giving these away as part of the giveaways, right? There'll probably be some left over, though, for myself. And you sit there and go, I've got, what, 50 of them here? Most I paid $7, $8 for. A couple were higher end ones were like, $15, $16. But that was not a lot of money. And these are already rebounding. So if you can get this stuff cheap and hold on to it and catch it on the rebound, you'll do very well as well. And if you watch my channel enough, I do give you hints when this stuff is happening, as best as I understand it. Whenever my gut tells me, I tell you. That's the plan. But let me see if I can find. Nope, it's this binder. Sorry, I brought a few binders over to show you guys. But okay. Example: Tolarian Academy. This is a reserve list card. And thank goodness it's banned, because if it wasn't banned, it'd be a $1,000 card every day of the week. For those who don't know, it says, tap to add 1 blue mana for each artifact you have in play, so you can tap this for a whole heck of a lot of mana. Guess what, though? I paid $27. I bought it 2 years ago before the rise of all this stuff. I wanted to have some, and it was reserve list. So I start looking at cards like that and saying, if I see something low or a little bit downtrodden, I grab them, because I think they're great to have. And I never know if I'm going to have to trade up to something else, right? $30 is not a big investment for a card that could go up. And I wanted to enjoy it. Like, okay, here's another one. Argivian Archaeologist. Check eBay if you get a chance. Right now, go check eBay. I'll wait for you. I'm waiting, don't worry. Just staying very still. Okay, so you went and checked eBay. I bought these at $48. And I have 6 right here, okay? I have 6. On this page alone, at $48 each. They're going for $200 now. Okay? Now, $48, I didn't spend it all at once. I waited for eBay coupons and stuff like that, and I had sold, I think, a couple of boxes of Magic. I need to reinvest some of my money, because I only take a little bit out for myself, and I reinvest the rest back into Magic. So, look how much that added up to. I ended up getting 6 here. I have 8. I have 8 here, which is pretty awesome. I love this card. I used to use it with Chaos Orb all the time. I have some extra duels sitting right here. Just like 5 or 6, right? But these 5 or 6 duels, nope. Sorry guys, these are actually all in my collection, I believe. These are leftovers from when I was a teenager. So I think that's wrong. Okay, but I can use this one as an example. Oh, except for that's upside down. I don't want to mess up Toothy and Pier. Okay, Cyclopean Tomb. Again, reserve list, great card, take things out. But I think I paid $58 for this one, and it's 100 and something now. No one's going to be perfect at guessing this stuff. I'm not either. But reserve list, older alpha beta cards, really there's always going to be some value there if you see them cheap. It's okay to grab one or two for like $5-6 and just hold it. Enjoy it in a deck, make it look pretty. And then later on, if you get a chance to sell it, make some money, go ahead. It's your prerogative, man. Like, I bought, oh, here's a funny one for you. I bought beta ice manipulators. Okay? Guess how much I paid. You're not going to guess, but you can think at home right now. 9 years ago. How much? $5. 401 games. I bought all they had. $5. I thought they looked cool. I remember playing them as a kid. I had some nostalgia for it, and I went ahead and jumped on it. Now, again, I haven't had to sell, but I can use those as leverage to move my way up to another power card when it comes time. If I want to get another Mox, or really, Safer Nerd Black Lotus would be awesome. I can afford to give up a little bit of this to trade up to that. As you can see, it wasn't a lot of money at the time to buy it. And there is something to be said about getting into the market. You know, they always say, we buy a house, oh, it seems expensive now, it's going to be more expensive tomorrow. I understand that, but it's still something to be said about getting ahead. So, when I'm talking about this, it isn't easy to do. But when you put your money aside and you want to work your way up that ladder to power cards, you're going to trade away some old stuff. You can trade for store credit to give you bonus and let you hold it if you trust the store. And you can say, I'm looking for, you know, a Bayou, $400 card, right? $450. Beat up one, maybe $390 if you can find it cheap. And again, you shouldn't be caring really too much if it's conditioned or not. You care if it's real, because you're just trying to get one, right? And as soon as you start in the first duel, you realize it's not that hard to get your second, your third, your fourth. The hardest ones to get are going to be like Tropical Island, Tundra, Underground Sea. Underground Sea is usually the last one you go for because it's like $800-900 right now, and you have to trade away 4 regular dual lands to get one roughly. And maybe still some other stuff, unless you crack some cool card that's with a lot of money right now, like a Bejeweled Lotus, which, by the way, are not nearly as common as they're saying. I watched a whole bunch of videos, and they are not that common to crack, let me tell you. I saw some very bad Commander box openings. I felt very bad for people. So, please keep that in mind. You can do this, guys. You can work your way up to older cards. You can even go the really cheap route. Yes, I said cheap route. And you could go, like, okay, these ones here. Oh, top. Fork. Whoop, there you go. Fork is, of course, on the reserve list. I bought these for $7 each. Now, they're already at $30, which technically that's a huge increase if I was selling them individually. You know, I got 4 here. 30, 60, 90, that's like $120 on my $28 investment. It's how many times you can do it, how many times you can hold things, how many times you can multiply them over when you're trading up for cards. If you're trading directly to a store, you're going to lose value. You know that. Unless they have some kind of deal they're going to make with you for a card, and they don't, you put a little cash for with a few trade-ins, then it's okay. But don't be afraid to save things. Like even Brain Geysers, guys. When I was buying these at $6 a pop, I considered that, oh, I need Brain Geysers. They're great, but it's a reserve list card, right? It's not coming back. So eventually, 10, 12 years from now, stock dries up. If you buy enough of these, you could work your way up to power, right? Salvati Excavations, I bought these at $1.35 each. I like this card from Alliance. And it says here, when it comes into play, you have to sacrifice an untapped island. But it lets you tap for 1 blue and 1 colorless at the same time. It doesn't come into play tapped. And it lets you scry each turn, which is kind of cool, right? And it's just something that people don't think about. It's an Alliance card, but now it's like $15-16. I bought it for $1.35 each. $1.41 each. Price is there. So, keep that stuff in mind. You definitely can work your way up to this stuff. I've seen what some of you guys cracking your things. You've told me the stuff you've opened. Anyone new to this channel, come on, let me know what you got. And I'll tell you, you save this, don't save this. It's fine. Leave those comments below if you have any questions about how to do this. I want to help you get there. You can get there. And it's going to be awesome getting there because you'll feel so proud of yourself when you finally get your first dual land or your first Mox. Don't buy any Mox Ambers. Those are all mine. You know? I'm just saying. Alright, guys. I just want to talk about that tonight. I thought it was interesting that I had some people asking how I got it. It's like, I had a lot to begin with. I don't have that much money, so I have to work my way up through the ranks just like you, but this is how I do it. When I buy these sealed products, guys, I was buying these when they first came out. It's much harder to buy them now. Like, $88, $88.50 for Gate Crash right there, right? That Judgment was $199 when I bought it. You know, I understand the stuff goes up in value, but it takes time to save it and work up. Boxing Day sales every year, like it's coming up. Places like 401 have deals, so does Face to Face. I don't like Face to Face's regular prices. I wait for their deal days. So you do have to wait sometimes to get those deals. So look for those. They do come up, man, and you can do it. And then you know that card is a higher value, will have more liquid value later on to any store or to any player looking for cards. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you made it through this long video. Before we end off, don't forget, in Army of Darkness, who helps Ash build his mechanical hand? Put that in the comment section below so I know you made it this far in the video. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. New subscribers, smash that subscribe channel. Love to have you guys join the giveaways and join the fun. To my patrons who make this possible every day, you guys are amazing. And to like the 15 new patrons who joined, welcome aboard and let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night tonight. This is MTG Moxman. And I have another video coming up, so you can check it out. It's going to be a short one, but it's going to be there. Have a great one, guys. Hey guys, thanks a lot for tuning in tonight. Patrons are awesome. Army of Darkness rocks. Yes, I got some nachos and cheese tonight like I said I was going to. I haven't eaten it yet, but I'm gonna. And it's awesome. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You guys all rock. Patrons are awesome. Have a great one.